Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town
to feel-good stories and messages of hope.
A few jokes and live calling.
Highlighting local businesses.
Discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying and delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. Freddie, you have to get up. We've got a morning show to do.
Just give me 5 more minutes. Where'd I put my hat?
Come on, Freddie. You don't have time. Get out of bed.
I can never find my hat when I need it.
We'll get the hat at the studio. Let's go. Pour yourself some coffee and get to the studio because it's time for the morning show.
Now, where's my bell?
Stop America!
Morning. What's the pause for? You okay? Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to our morning show. Freddie, I guess, is a little...
Okay, raise up the gains a little bit.
What's the pause?
I'm listening.
I didn't realize you were listening. I just thought you were pausing. Happy Monday, full crew
Mine's
in the house.
is good. Dawn's is low.
As they're getting ready for graduation.
At
least.
The 7th. Oh my
God. The 7th. I don't know. These girls, I don't know. We got to figure out what everyone's doing. We got Sarge in the house.
Dawn's is good.
A new friend. We've got Casey will be here later for sure.
Let's go around the room, starting with Sarge so I can hear it. Sarge, say hello to the public.
Hello, good morning. Happy Monday.
It's a little second delay. Hold on 1 second. I'm catching up.
We need to move that camera a bit.
Little louder on that gain.
Grace, we need to move that camera a bit because Sarge is a bit out of frame.
Just gain them up a little bit. Just a little bit. Me and Dawn are fine.
I just fix the camera.
Full house. Are we
Okay.
going around the room?
No, it's fine because they're all connected.
Got you.
Happy Earth Day.
That was a good.
Yeah, Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day, and we are trying a new sound system. They're a little bit low, but we're working on raising them little by little. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mics in the room.
Wow.
For the first time.
You know, this is the most intimate room that we have with the most people ever.
Speaking
Midday, we're going to sit out there by ourselves.
Speaking of intimate.
The Statue of Liberty torch.
I still want that.
Okay. What? I need to ask everybody who's watching this right now. I painted this. I apologize in advance. I painted this over the week. Can I have a mic? Sorry.
You don't need a mic.
I painted this over the weekend on my balcony. And
Raise up the gain a little bit.
Thinking about...
On whose?
On all of them. On the doubles.
So, Baxton.
about inner demons and pondering life's darkest.
Were you thinking about where you came from?
That would be Cassie. Welcome to the family.
So it's not only me, right? This looks like a sperm.
No, I've had 3 people. You're included. I got
Yeah.
2 friends
Sex
of mine
education.
and you tell me it looks like a
Hey, 6-year-olds know what that is. If there's any 6-year-olds.
No, I think this
I
is.
did not know what a sperm was.
You don't know what it
I'm
is?
6 years old.
Well, like at 6 years old, at 6 years old, I dumped my own and like, now this is a sperm, honey. Let's take a look at this.
My sister found out at 3 years old because she was reading the Encyclopedia of Life and she shouted
Wait,
at the top of her
she
lungs.
was reading encyclopedia at 3 years old?
Yep, she loves to read.
Oh,
Morning,
at 3.
morning, morning.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
So he comes in and he asks, and I said, I pondered for a moment, and you know me, there's always light at the end of the tunnel.
No, you didn't tell him
I
that.
said the Statue of Liberty torch, and he
Okay,
says,
where the hell do you see a torch here?
this could be light, like a white light and a torch,
Seriously?
in her arm.
You're
yeah.
lying. You're lying.
Truth.
You're lying.
Truth.
You know how I can tell?
How?
Your eyes. You're looking down. You're squinting
No,
down
I
every
couldn't-
time you say
well,
a
I'm looking
Statue of
to
Liberty
see
torch.
Statue of Liberty torch, and I'm trying to figure out it's the light, it's Monday.
Nice
he
try.
says it's a tree.
Nice try. A
Then
tree.
he says everyone
It's a
else
tree of
thinks
life.
it's a sperm, and you walk in, you say it's a sperm.
Okay, so was I wrong, or did everybody
You
agree?
apparently are consensus, and
Everybody
I think
agreed this was
it's a
sperm?
torch.
I said it looked like a mushroom, which is also
That's fair.
yeah,
Sperm-like.
perhaps adjacent to the sperm category.
Very sperm-like.
That is one funky mushroom, I gotta
Like,
tell
here's the
you.
thing. It's very abstract.
Yeah.
And abstract artwork, I think people look at it and they got a lot of different opinions.
So you were inspired by demons when
Oh,
you painted this?
no.
Oh yes, I was.
Debbie
inspired
does
by
Dallas
all
at
the demons in
midnight.
my
You
head
were
painting
inspired
them.
by the date you didn't go on Friday?
Funny enough.
Were you
funny
watching
enough,
porn when you did this? That's what I wanted.
I had my headphones in.
Were you smoking a cigar?
Actually, I thought about smoking a cigar, but I thought all the smoke would ruin the paint or something.
I know people that they blow smoke into paintings. It's really weird.
Well, what
Yeah,
inspired
it's really
you?
weird.
Yeah, what
Just painting.
Just
Like
painting.
I didn't know what I was painting. I was just being very artistic in the way. Then I started to paint the trunk of the tree, and I was like, you know what?
Girls.
This is gonna be a tree.
Well, it's an interesting piece no matter what. What's that game?
Space.
What's that
On
game?
the top of your head. Heads
I
up.
said it was
It's
like
someone
holding the
You're gonna
universe.
smash it on that.
How much you selling it for?
How much you willing to pay?
$0.00. That's some. But like, my mom made a good point. Like, for like rich people, they go nuts.
So
over
maybe you should
abstract.
have an art show in
You
Wellington.
can turn me down a little bit, turn them up a little bit
Art
more.
show would be the worst art show. They'd be like, we paid how much money to get into here? Jesus Christ.
You
An
never know.
equestrian, a singer, and now a painter.
Okay.
You are
I'm not
just
an
a
equestrian.
Renaissance man.
I'm not an
I just have a
equestrian.
question for you. You're graduating, you're doing your resume. How are you ever going to leave this place? You dancing
know.
here, you
I
dance with a
don't know.
mop. I mean,
I don't know how I am ever gonna leave here.
That's what we decided. We're going to
I'm
have to
gonna
build
be
you a
heartbroken.
room.
let's build them a shack. Let's call it
It's like those
The
garages.
Baxter Shack.
Those
How do you
garages. You know those garages. that
talk
have
it to your
rooms-
mic. It's
like
not a
those-
baton.
Those garages that have rooms above. You know, some houses have garages.
I don't have a garage. I have.
A tough
A
shed we
loft
can
then.
put out there.
Yeah,
what?
but you
A
know what
tough
I'm
shed,
talking
you can
about. How
live in
some
it.
garages have rooms on the top.
Yeah.
What?
We could do one of those for Baxton.
See, like the
Put a
issue.
tent outside.
Oh yeah, thank you.
We can put a tent inside.
I just hope nobody tries to drive here in the dark.
That's why.
Yeah.
There goes Baxton. He lived a nice, long, happy life.
Bailey will run him over.
Run down
Not
by.
lights.
He was
You
run
would think
down
they
by
would
Freddy.
see a giant tent.
What about cardboard box?
Not in the dark. A cardboard box.
That's what headlights are for.
Right.
But what if somebody was driving without their headlights?
Hey, look at the bright side. If you lived in cardboard box, you could decorate it.
Yeah, thank you.
True.
Oh my God.
Well, now that we're on the subject of cardboard box, you know what today is, right?
Today's Earth Day.
Okay, does anybody know what that means?
We celebrate the earth.
It means we take care, and it means we not celebrate the Earth, Baxton. We take care of our lovely planet.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so we take one day a year where we don't
celebrate
pollute
our
it
planet.
because we
Correct.
destroy our planet 364 days after.
I think it's a marketing stunt.
Actually,
Thank
you want
you.
to know what this
You're the only honest person in the room.
Want to know what this Earth Day is? It's an unwavering our commitment to end plastics for the sake of human and planetary health, demanding a 60% reduction in the production of all plastics by 2040. So the theme this year is planet versus plastics. So to stop the use of plastics.
Sitcom planet versus plastic.
I think it's just like she said.
We've reached an estimated
It's an angle.
460 million metric tons
Ooh,
of plastic so far.
yikes.
14
So
million
far
tons
in
of plastic.
2024?
14 million tons of plastic end up in our oceans every year.
Come on, and everybody continues to buy plastic water bottles.
Because, well, that's why they say you should use the refillable water bottles.
Yeah.
And that recycled stuff I found out that is full of that PCBEFG and it gives you cancer. So that ain't working either.
And the
America.
whole-
God.
I say the United States is the only like country that really cares, but we're like the 8th largest like problem. Like all of the European
ways.
countries, they're so much more like everything that we do exponentially. They're worse in the plastic department, but they just don't care because they have like all of the factories and more stuff like that, and more of the like silicone and plastic. What's the word I'm looking for? Like production. And they're doing nothing. So everything that the United States does to try to like help the earth gets almost like PEMDASed out.
What do they do though?
So bigger countries in like Europe, Asia, they actually have been known to just like dump trash. Like when we recycle all of our stuff, it gets sent over to other countries and they just like throw it in the ocean. Like not kidding. Like
That's the Pacific
400
Basin.
dump trucks
Yeah.
of
Or
plastic
landfills.
get thrown into the
The
ocean every
Pacific
day.
Basin, what she's talking about in the Pacific Basin, there is so much plastic. And it's all, because of the currents, it's all in one area. So
Yeah.
now you got those guys that are boarding those
so
ships that are
gross
bringing in,
looking.
Yeah.
and they're trying to, but what are they going to do with it?
That's the thing. So like there's nothing really we can do. So plastic is designed to break down into microplastics, which are like little pebbles. And yeah, which
Then what do we do with that?
significantly
We
worse.
drink
eat
it and
it.
eat them.
We eat it.
Why don't we put it,
Yeah.
why don't we
eat
put it in a
Their
rocket
water.
and
Because
send it out to
Well, that's
sun?
space
They
is already
thought about
polluted.
doing that.
No, we send it to the sun. This
Oh,
is like,
so-
like a giant incinerator.
I actually saw that in the Superman movie. He threw all the missiles into the sun.
Well,
It's
oh.
just gonna travel.
No,
space
Freddie,
for
I'm
so
dead
long.
serious.
Get hit by a meteorite and it comes back at us?
Like,
For-
I just think it's.
I'm dead serious.
Hang
On the
tight,
Superman
Ethan.
movie, he threw all the
Ethan, hang tight on that. Let them finish.
So the military actually like thought of that, and they were like, how can we get rid of the plastic? So they created this giant incinerator for trash, and they were like using it for a while, but they realized that the fumes from the incinerator were hurting the ozone layer like worse than it was hurting the ocean. So they were like,
So they stopped doing that.
yeah. And it's also extremely expensive for them to like every run of that incinerator, it was like millions of dollars. So they were like, it's expensive and it's hurting the environment even more. So we're like caught between like a rock and a hard place of what to do with all this plastic. Do you know that as humans, we eat a credit card size amount of plastic every week, and we don't know it because it's all microplastics in our food?
Really?
That's
Yeah.
what
That's it. I'm not
Sarah's
eating
stomach
no
knows
more.
it.
I saw something
Yeah.
sad
You
actually.
really can't win.
Yeah.
Dawn, I saw something sad actually. It was played as a funny sketch, but it was basically where plastic bottle finally degrades. It was about a guy who drank a plastic bottle in 2023, and then his great grandkids finally went to the funeral in like 26, 24 and stuff like that because the plastic bottle finally degraded. And it was played as a joke, but it shows how long it takes for plastics to actually degrade.
Well, I gotta tell you, we celebrating Earth Day today. Again, it's a reminder of just how polluted we pollute everything. We don't, you know, we're taking a day of accountability out of all the other days. 363 days of pollution and 1 day of, hey, you know,
How
we're doing a
many
good
days?
job messing up the planet.
How many six
Haven't
days
y'all
in a
seen
year?
that movie, Wall-E?
364.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the, or
Minus
days-
one.
Okay.
Wall-E's
just-
You know,
like a fear for me.
364 minus
I was
1.
wondering how many days
That's
you have
literally
in a
my
year.
fear.
Wally is a my
Disney
Yeah,
tried to
like,
warn
yeah,
us.
question.
Disney did warn us, and they were right too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wall-E's
they did,
a
like-
scary movie.
Yeah, because remember the movie
It's
Wall-E?
scary.
Who?
Yeah,
Wally?
Wall-E.
that's scary.
Who's-
No.
Those
Who's-
were a
It's
robot.
about a robot.
What is it?
All right,
Well-
all right, so here's the rundown. Because I've seen the movie a bunch of times.
Ah.
All the time for Disney movies all the time. So basically, Wall-E tells a story about Earth in the near future, where humans use up so much resources, so much plastic to the point where like piles and piles of trash are like skyscraper high right now. And the point where it's so bad that humans literally escape to space to the point to escape it, and little robots clean up after them. And basically, basically the whole point of the movie is to raise awareness for our green Earth to the point where if we don't like get
It's
some
also
common
a
sense.
warning about AI.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. Or basically, like, if we don't like get our shit together and care about our planet, then that's gonna happen to us.
and all the humans become lazy and fat.
Yeah, because AI does everything for them.
And I will say also, it's amazing that they knew. This is from 2008, Wally. It's almost 20 years old, and it's amazing that they were figuring out that problem back then. Like, and also my mom was telling me, like she grew up in the 70s and 80s and stuff like that, and like pollution and earth and stuff was a problem even back then too, and no one did anything and stuff. So it's been a problem for
What
a
do they
long,
do
long
with?
time.
Now we've got all these electric cars and the batteries. What do we do with the batteries?
This is a new problem. It's here. They're gonna slow down.
I covered my mouth. Don't worry. It was a T, wrong pipe.
I'm gonna put you in a dump site. What is wrong with you?
T went down wrong pipe.
So they don't know what to do with electric cars. So they're gonna slow. They don't want the production like they thought they wanted. They're slowing it all down until they figure out what to do with the batteries.
Yeah.
Windmills. What do you do with the blades? They are indestructible.
Aren't those in the Star Wars movie right on Tatooine?
They're in the desert. Billions of them are out in the desert. They don't know what to do with the blades.
Oh wow.
It's a big problem.
Isn't it that has to do with the lithium? Like the lithium.
Yeah,
gets
you can't
harvested
bury
and then
it. You can't bury. You can't do nothing.
Well, that's
with
why
it.
we don't have water bottles here. And people come in and go, "You have water bottles?" No, and they look at us when we give them a cup of water. But one of the reasons, imagine the amount of water bottles we would go through in this studio.
And I try to give them. I
in a
try to
week.
give them a mug of water, and they look at me. No, that's not healthy. I says neither is you killing the planet. So drink out of the faucet.
Why
with
is
your
it not
hand.
healthy?
Because a lot of people don't like drinking out of mugs in studios.
No, they can have a paper cup.
Which one of us would go to Mars first when we destroy the
You.
planet?
What?
None of us are going to Mars.
think you're already there.
Well,
I'm
also,
going.
We'll also all be
I
dead
have
by then.
I put in an
Uranus?
application to go to Mars when I first met you. Remember?
Yes, I do.
And I show you my pass.
Yes.
So I am on the waiting list.
I'm on the waiting
For
list
Elon
too.
Musk's thingy.
Yeah, you remember that?
I'm not waiting us.
Yeah, I have a
It's a one-way ticket.
I have a boarding pass to Mars.
You go
We're all
there
gonna
and
be
you never
dead before
come
that
back.
actually happens.
The hell am I coming back for?
Yeah, I mean, I like.
Now I saw all weekend I was watching military movies. I wanted to
Frank
ask
sent me
Sarge.
something last week. I didn't get a chance to even answer him. NASA to visit the golden asteroid that can make everyone on Earth
A lot of money. Yeah.
a
that-
billionaire.
A billionaire. Yeah.
Oh, please.
They're only gonna give it to the richies
Actually,
anyway.
There's rumors that the world's first trillionaire will be the
Enough
person.
gold to
homeless
make
people.
everyone on Earth a billionaire. What if
We
you
have a lot
read
of those.
Frank's book?
Oh,
He
You'll
usually is
see
right.
that Frank wrote about this book, and it was mining. In Tres Archangeles, they were mining
asteroids.
diamonds.
Yeah.
An asteroids. Do you
And
know
what
we?
happened with the greed of mining?
Well, he's right because we did land on an asteroid. Did you see that? A moving asteroid. We landed.
Yeah.
One of our spacecrafts, and they were like, yes! They don't know what to do with it now because now it's stuck on this stupid asteroid. So it's just going to let it ride. But he's right. This
he
guy's
wrote
never
about
wrong.
this in Tres Archangeles, and everyone's mining, and the diamond company's making all this money, and then what happens with greed to not our planet, but to the moon and the asteroids?
Yeah, but what are you going
due
to
to
do with that
greed.
much gold? All of a sudden it turns into like anything else.
Well, you
like
gotta
shampoo.
read his book and see what happens because
Neil
it
deGrasse
changes everything in the atmosphere.
Tyson, the famous astrophysicist, actually said the world's first trillionaire will be the first person who regularizes asteroid mining because there's so many valuable
gonna be
resources
Taylor
on
Swift.
asteroids.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift is going to be the first trillionaire.
Listen, I don't want to talk about
No
Taylor.
doubt.
It's Earth Day, please. Let's not go there. Let's not
I'm
go there.
impressed you even know it's
Let's
Earth
not-
Day.
Of course. I know. How can I not
How
know?
would you know?
Because people have been texting me since 6 o'clock this morning.
Will they text you? That's like not
Yeah.
anything I would text you of all
Right,
people.
yeah.
Oh,
I
Freddie,
would've
by
texted
the
you,
way.
Freddie, it's
Hey, it's Earth Day.
Earth Day.
Hey.
That's
hey,
what we would
hey,
text
Earth Day,
you.
Earth Day, Earth Day.
Okay.
We would
Oh,
text
my
you that, but
birthday.
not Earth
Building
Day.
blocks of America. Listen, I've been watching military movies all weekend, and I wanted to ask Sarge. I wanted to ask
Welcome
if this
back,
is
Sarge.
if this is true. Yes, we're glad you're back. So the military, they put kerosene in when you go to the outhouse. They put kerosene in the doo-doo, in the stuff, and they burn it. And I gotta ask you, is that a true thing? Is that what they do to get rid of their? And it turns into a powder. They make a hole when they burn it.
About that.
Yeah, I saw Outpost. Anybody seen the movie
Which
Outpost?
movie? Which movie?
Outpost. I saw a whole bunch of them, and they all do the same thing. You go to the bathroom, and it's a
What are you,
latrine.
ASMR over there?
It's a latrine, and they take it out. Some guy gets the latrine duty, and they put kerosene in it, and they burn it.
Came back in.
Oh wow, I never done latrine duty.
You never
so
did
I
latrine
don't know.
You ever did latrine duty?
Me?
You.
Can you tell him to stop breathing into his tea?
No,
I'm glowing.
Oh, you're gonna get it. Keep it up. Latrine. That's the way they get rid. Would you stop it? Oh, Lord have
It's
mercy.
like Darth
Suck it
Vader
in
over
a straw. What is that?
That would melt the straw.
Tea.
Suck it in a
Josh's
straw.
mug.
Hot tea.
And why are you drinking out of Josh's mug? You're not allowed to use that mug. He says he doesn't want your germs
Well,
on it.
Why is it here?
thank you. If you're going to leave a mug,
And why is it here, Josh? It doesn't make you that upset. It doesn't make you that upset.
Oh, can we give a shout out? Also, it's not only Earth Day, it's also Passover.
yes, it is.
Hey! Mazel tov.
They wish me Passover this morning too. I'm not even Jewish. They passed me right over.
Who are these people that text you? That
Thank
you're always
you.
like,
I thought you said you had no friends the last time.
Who's texting you?
Good.
First of all, don't be so observant. That's the first part. Second of all, it's just people that I know. Frank did it this morning.
I
You
don't
did
believe
it.
that
Other
Frank
people did it.
told you it was Earth
Yeah,
Day.
she,
No, Frank said Happy Passover.
Passover.
Is
No.
Frank Jewish?
My son says. Then I have other people. Alicia, whatever her name is.
Wish you
I
happy
got,
Passover Earth Day.
Happy Pas. She's Jewish.
She is?
Yeah, a quarter of her.
I was going to say, what part?
I'm half a Puerto Rican.
Okay.
The finger.
We all are someplace. But yes, it's Passover.
Harrison Ford is a quarter Jewish. I learned that from one of my Jewish friends at
You know,
school.
you know what amazes me of how much facts of garbage
Just
you
random
know.
information.
Yeah, you
No,
know
but
it's
like,
not.
it's not rap. Did you hear the Hanukkah song by Adam
Yeah,
Sandler?
yeah.
Wrong holiday.
We're not singing that back soon.
Harrison Ford is a quarter Jewish. No,
That's where he got the information.
Yeah.
I never heard that. I heard that song after I learned it, but I learned it from one of my friends from a school who's Jewish.
I always think Passover is a good time to start a diet because you're not going to eat bread or carbs until they came out with all new kinds of things that you're allowed to eat on Passover that look like bread but aren't. That look like cake that isn't. So
What the hell is it? It looks like cake and isn't.
because they make Passover cakes with matzah meal instead of regular flour, so it rises a little bit, just not that much. Or you could have a flourless chocolate cake, which is fine for Passover.
What does
which
it
is
taste like?
It's delicious. Ever been to two days that have the flourless chocolate
Oh,
torte?
it's like a chocolate lava cake.
Yeah, so
With no
that's
flour.
like no sacrificing on that one.
But
So
With
did
no
you know-
flour.
Did
Yes,
you know
because I worked
that
at
Coca-Cola for
I never went to a
Passover
vegan restaurant.
is coming out with like Coca-Cola with real sugar?
With real sugar.
does it have real sugar in it?
No.
No, it has cane sugar right
Yeah.
now. For Passover, they're coming out with.
They have
you
real
need- you
sugar
need
in
to
South
look-
America.
You need to look for the 2-liter bottle with the yellow cap. The yellow cap, not
That-
the red cap, but the yellow cap.
It's real
I
cocoa.
can probably go to Publix after the show and see if they have any, but the yellow cap
Has regular sugar instead of
Regular
cane
sugar.
sugar.
instead of cane sugar.
And if you need to take the rust off your bumper, open up a can of Coca-Cola, put it on there, and let it dry. And before it dries, scratch it out with sandpaper and watch what happens. I've done it.
So last night I had to
Does
make a
work.
brisket for dinner. And I normally make like a 4-pound brisket.
Wait a minute,
And
wait a
it
minute.
always shrinks.
Wait a minute. You cooked?
I cooked.
Whoa!
You sound like
What's
Chuck.
the buzzer for?
I'm like,
Wait a minute, wait a
I
minute, wait a
raised a family. I raised 2
You know
grown
in your new
children.
house where the stove is?
Yeah.
Yes,
I've
the
used
box?
it a few times. in this lifetime, I've done it a few times. So I go to make a brisket, and every year they shrink. So it says 4-pound brisket supposed to be 2 pounds. In no world, it's sorry, it does shrink.
Are you laughing about that?
Her brisket is shrinking.
The brisket shrinks.
That's because she cooks once every 10 years. Yes?
So I ended up, instead of buying, then I always run back to Publix, have to get another one because it's short. This year I bought a big one. If anyone takes that out of context, it sounds terrible.
Oh,
But I
no.
You
bought
bought a big one what?
A big brisket.
What big one did you buy? How big was it?
18 inches.
8 pounds.
8 pounds.
How
a
long
brisket?
do you cook an 8-pound brisket?
8 days.
God, days.
So I had to look it all up on how long to cook this.
How long do you cook
It
it?
said put a thermometer in, so you have. Luckily, I even had a thermometer. Did it work? I wasn't sure. Put the thermometer in the brisket. It says to 185 degrees. So I'm watching it and I'm watching.
Takes
it.
about 6 hours.
So I got to like 4.5 hours, and it wasn't moving from 178. And I'm like, that's it. It's coming out. And actually, it came out good. So
Was
it's
it medium
out,
rare?
It's done. Brisket, there is no temperature. Brisket is like you just
Well done.
cook
Brisket
it.
is just well
Yeah.
done.
Cook it
You
until
just
you're ready
cook
to
and
eat
You
it.
just cook it. You pour more sauce on it, and then you just.
My brother used to say, cook it till it's ready to eat.
Pretty
But
much, that's
have
brisket.
you heard of the Thermopro? I want to get one of these one day.
You want to who? Why?
It's a Bluetooth thermometer. You stick it in the meat, and
My kitchen
stick it in your head.
So
you
old.
stick it in the meat, and it connects to your Bluetooth phone. So, and there's an app, so you can see on your app what temperature the meat is.
We don't have to pee.
I've got an old
buffers on our
school
mics.
thermometer, and I've got an old school electric knife that I must have gotten when I got engaged.
Oh my gosh, I can like on the ear.
It still
And
works?
it's still in the box. And Chuck says we have an electric knife. I think I do in a box. It actually worked. But that's how old school everything I have is. But anyway, it works. It's fine.
This is the one that goes
Yes.
very slow, right?
Dawn,
I don't know it works.
what's your favorite way actually to have a meat cooked? Like medium well, well done?
I'm actually not a big meat person. I'm on
Medium.
this new seafood idea. I went back to Benny's on the weekend.
Medium or
I
medium
like
rare?
medium
If it's
rare.
not mooing,
honestly.
it's not good.
I like
The
it
problem
actually
is that
a
when you
little
ask for medium rare, it comes out too rare.
Yeah.
No, like I like rare meat. Rare meat and me like friends.
So,
I
yeah.
have a pet peeve. My pet peeve in life is dry meat.
How many
I
more peas are
cannot-
you gonna say?
What?
dry meat.
It's gonna
Pet
on the mic.
So do you do it? I can't even say it because you're going to take it out of context. A dry rub on your meat.
It's not a commercial.
Why don't you
I
say-
rub it on my meat.
Rub it on your meat.
It's not a commercial. That's
is
just
a
from the
That's a
Don
that's
Pablo.
a spice that we have in
Rub it on
our
your meat.
That's what it's called.
Have you guys seen the Ship My Pants commercial?
The ship in the what?
Kmart did a commercial back in like 2009 where they like offered like in-house shipping. Oh, I can be quiet. Are we
No,
gonna-
go ahead.
Oh, where they offered like shipping like Walmart does, but their commercial, they were like, I ship my pants.
Yes.
I ship my
I
pants.
saw
I
that.
ship in my dresser. Like,
I saw that.
ship
I was
all
dying.
this stuff, and it
very
was
clever.
Such a commercial. It was such like a high commercial. I think it won a Clio award.
I ship my pants.
I have to look that up.
On that note, we're going to take a commercial break. More to come on the other side.
I
Give us a
ship my
call.
pants.
888-994-4995.
If you want to make a bid on this
Oh no!
beautiful painting, let us know. What's the number?
888-994-4995, Studio B. We'll be right back.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty Richard Pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Do you have diabetes? If you have insurance, you may qualify for a new continuous glucose monitor. With a CGM, you can continuously track your levels and trends, spend more time in range, significantly lower your A1C, and share important data with loved ones and caregivers. Most importantly, a CGM eliminates the one thing most people with diabetes hate: painful finger sticks. Take charge of your health. Order your new continuous glucose monitor today. If you use insulin and have seen your diabetes care provider within the last 6 months, you may qualify for a CGM today. We'll do all the insurance paperwork and deliver your new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost to you. Medicare and most insurances cover continuous glucose monitors, so don't wait. Have your insurance handy and call the CGM Health Hotline now.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer, and we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case, and they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-613-3597. 800-613-3597. 800-613-3597. That's 800-613-3597.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
So during Passover, we read on the Haggadah. We go around, and it's the whole story and the journey, and then they go to this part where there's the wise child, the simple child, and the child who asked him, and all these different children. And this one walks in, and I'm like, she's one of the, in the Passover Seder, this is the sad child.
Oh.
I'm not even looking over them.
The sad child, she walks in.
Not because I've been approached with issues that pertain to the sad child since this morning, and I don't understand why, but that's okay. I don't either, so it is what it is.
So we could go, yes, it is today. I thought we could go, maybe we'll do something different tomorrow and go tomorrow.
Wow. Today is the funeral for Steve-O.
It's a viewing, though,
The
not
viewing.
a funeral, right?
The viewing, yeah. The viewing up in Boynton, I think it is. Gotta look it up. From 2 to 4.
I was going to say, what's the difference between a viewing and a wake?
A viewing is Catholics go and they see the body. They pay respect to the family. You say a prayer over the body. They may have a mass, but being that I think he's being buried, I think he was cremated. So
maybe it's just a memorial service.
It's a little bit different. Huh?
What's a wake then?
A wake is when you pray over the body, like you guys do.
What's the difference between a wake and a viewing?
He's literally in a box, and you just say to
You know, Dawn, it's all the same. It
I don't
all
know.
meshes
I
into
don't know.
one.
It was just like a party funeral.
It is a viewing. I know it's a viewing.
Not like a sad literal
Now, back in the day, viewings used to be done in the house.
Yeah.
Back in the day, and then they put them in
In
funeral
the house?
in the house.
You brought people home?
Oh.
Yeah. My grandfather and grandmother, when they died, it was viewed in their house.
I
And
think
people
we
used
did
to
a-
go.
Yeah, I think my grandpa.
my grandpa died, I didn't
Yes,
want to
in the
see
house
him.
too.
We had a viewing for my grandma, I believe, too. I remember seeing her body and everything.
Not at the house, though.
Not at the house. I think it
We
was.
don't do, Jewish people don't do that.
No.
No, Jewish people want to put you in the ground right away.
It has to be done right away. It's usually within like 48 hours.
I don't know. That's because you guys don't take any of the parts out.
Correct. There's no formaldehyde. There's no
You go in the way you
embalming.
came
We
out.
don't embalm.
Right, because it's
When my grandpa died, he
dust
was
to
buried in
dust.
like 4 days.
Oh,
but
wow.
He's
he
not
wasn't
Jewish
religious, though. No.
He was Jewish?
No, he wasn't
No.
religious. So I
No, the
don't know,
Catholics.
It was just quick.
The Catholics freeze you, and if they cremate you, they can wait forever.
Here's the thing. When we lost my uncle, we buried. Well, he I think he was cremated. We had it done within like 2 to 3 days, but like I don't think it was because of any religious reasons. I think my parents just thought it would be the right thing to do to get everybody
To move on.
together during that same week, so nobody would be suffering alone. Instead, everybody can be sad together and come together during that time of sorrow.
Yeah, it
I
makes
think that's
sense.
what makes sense.
That makes sense because my grandpa was buried in a military cemetery, so maybe that's why they did it so quickly.
Yeah, my brother was buried in a cemetery, in a military setting. It's beautiful the way they do it. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But you know, listen. I mean, when people die, you mourn, and then if you do a viewing, you're supposed to just remember good times they brought to you, and then you move on. You know, when I die, I tell you I'm gonna have a party.
Enough talk about death.
Exactly.
It happens. Anyway, this portion of the show, yeah.
If you're Jewish, can you be an organ donor if they don't embalm?
That's interesting. I guess you can.
I don't know if the Orthodox do.
I don't
But
think
I
so.
actually saw there's an ambulance company that's for the Orthodox, but anybody can use them. And I was going to call them. It's yellow and blue, and I saw them coming across Boca. They go from North Miami to Delray, and then in Orlando. And it's all run by volunteer EMTs and trained medical professionals. Anyone can call. It's a special number to call them, and they must have different qualifications, I guess, to pick you up. But it's not just for the Orthodox. It's another ambulance company. So I was thinking of reaching out to them to see what they do and what's different about that versus our situation.
For the longest time on my driver's license, it actually said that I was an organ donor.
You were?
No, like, I don't know how that mistake was made.
Are you an organ donor?
No, like, I guess I clicked on it on accident.
Well, they ask you. Do you want to be an organ donor?
No,
And you can say yes or no.
It was on the machine.
Did you say yes or
It
no?
was on like a machine.
He said yes.
He probably said yes.
I may have.
You can change.
I gotta check my driver license. I have no idea.
Do you have an organ donor on your car?
I don't know. I gotta check.
Check the back of your car.
No, it's on my
I think it's in the bottom. Yeah.
I put up.
It isn't on.
Say no one want my liver, but
My mom is an organ donor.
What are we gonna? I gotta ask. What are we doing for graduation for all of our graduates?
We
or
have a
future-
barbecue. I wanna have
Well,
a
here's my
barbecue.
question: when? Because
Everybody's
you're all
graduating at
leaving.
different times.
They're gone by then.
Maybe August.
August is.
They're gone.
So I'm thinking I've got until tomorrow or August. Somewhere along the way, my planning and preparation I've missed it.
most of us are graduating in August. Baxton walks in May, but he's done.
What about
in
Abby? You're August also?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're at the
Like,
same
Oh, okay.
I don't
Josh is August
understand
too.
what
Oh, I got time.
that means.
Yeah.
Means
How's everyone feeling about graduating? I'm
I
feeling
don't
pretty
know.
terrible about it, to be
I'm
honest.
feeling-
Why?
It depends on the day
I
for
wish
me.
there was
Wait, wait, wait.
less
Shh.
about
Stop yelling.
So
Stop
how many
talking
people
over each other.
graduating?
At least 4.
Why do you feel bad about graduating?
introduce yourself first, because nobody knows who you are yet.
I'm Cassie. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, but I grew up in Connecticut, and then I was living in Massachusetts since I was 17, going to college there. And now I'm just taking my last class of undergrad online, and I'm graduating, and yeah.
Why do you feel bad though?
Because I don't have any savings, I don't have a car, I don't have any parents that, well, I have parents, but they don't have any sort of helpful guidance or parental wisdom to impart upon me. They're just kind of like I imagine myself like a little baby bird that they're just like shoving out of the nest. Yeah.
Why are you taking such a negative approach?
Yeah, like,
I just don't, well, because every time you
right
apply
now.
to jobs, it's like applying to one job is like applying to college.
Yeah.
They want
It's a lot.
3 references, they want a resume, they want a cover letter, and then
So we'll get you references. We'll get you a cover letter. What's the problem?
well, I just don't know.
It's
what
also
else
just
to-
hard
yeah,
to
I
like
don't know.
not be another applicant. Like to them, you're
Yeah,
just another
stand
piece of paper, and it's like
Yeah.
you can have all these.
Well,
cool
welcome to
stuff
the
on it.
workforce.
Yeah, I know, but
Listen,
it's
there's
like,
two
it's
school of
just,
thoughts.
Like,
You either
it
work
makes
for the
you
man,
feel crappy sometimes.
either you work for the man, or you become the man.
And you,
Like my friend,
it's a
he-
battle. Like we're trying to be.
He's had applied to like a ton of jobs because.
Don't worry about your friend.
I'm just
Forget
saying.
about that. I don't even want to have that conversation. Forget about everybody else and just look at yourself and put your assets on the table because you're good at what you do. We just have to highlight it. Don't panic. If you're panicking, you're going to turn yourself into a top and you're going to look down instead of looking
What
up.
was your first job out of college?
I delivered newspapers in the Wall Street Journal.
I was so panicking, I got married because I was afraid to get a job. Swear to God.
So funny.
Oh my God.
I married
That
somebody.
sounds great to me.
I married somebody who was
MRS degree.
panicking.
For me, it's more like I'm just sad to like leave college and like all the fun I had. Like I know I'm still
Starting
gonna
to
have
write
fun,
over.
but like
Yeah.
Peter Pan.
The past like few years have just been like awesome.
Peter Pan.
So and I'm like, oh, I
I
have
was
to
like,
leave
what
it.
do I do? Let's
Peter
get
Pan.
married because what are you gonna do?
When when you transition from like high school to college, at least this was like my experience. I applied to FAU in October and I found out 3 days later. So college, they want you before you have the piece of paper. Like they want you're accepted and you're signed before you ever graduate.
High school.
And high school. Your senior year of high school. So
there's not enough housing.
So when you're going from like the high school to college transition, you know the next steps, like you know where you're going.
Yeah, it's a little
But when you're going to college to the workforce, they won't even look at you until you have the piece of paper. So there is this gap of insecurity where you just don't know. And that's really scary for a lot of like kids going into the workforce. They've never had that period of insecurity and it's very intimidating.
And then I think they go to grad school, right? Grad school has become very popular
If you have 2
because that
degrees,
makes
they
you
want you.
stand out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to put in the time, and you got to find the money.
It's also just
And then after grad school, it depends on what your profession is. Like if you're a doctor, you go to medical school. If you're a lawyer, you go to law school, etc., etc. If you're a business person, you go to business school. There's a ton of schooling you have to do before you go into workforce sometimes.
And a lot of companies will pay for you to go to school, so it's like you don't want to jump the gun and go on, like, do your master's and then have the company be like, oh, we would have paid for you to have
So
your
don't you always
master's.
wonder how when you talk to people and your parents talk to people and you go, how are the kids doing? They're doing amazing.
it's like,
They've got they're making this much money and they're living here. And I'm thinking, I don't know, I work with all of you guys and I feel as if you are the microcosm of the real world as opposed to what I hear and what I see on social media.
Yeah,
I think you are really the pulse of what's going on.
Like for me, it's really amazing because, like, this has been the last 6 years of my life. It's insane.
You've been here for 2.
I've been here for 2. I've been in college for 6 years.
6 or
I've
4
been
and 2?
Because I did
6
like 4 years.
college, 4 and 2,
I
four
did
and
like
two.
4 years.
and then 2
during
for
my
your masters.
undergrad. Then I'm about to finish my master's in August, which is 2 years.
You know the
6 years.
The bottom line is you go to school to find yourself. You go to college, and when you find yourself, you're going to be surprised because sometimes you're fearful, and you don't know what it means to succeed. I think that the bottom line here is you got to take stock, and you got to remember that you got to care about yourself. If you do that, I guarantee you and promise you, it will work out. You just got to be smart about it. You see, the system is built for you to live in fear, for you to live and work for the man, which is fine. That pays the bill. We can do that hiccup for a little bit. But you have 4, in some cases 6 years to plan your life. It ain't time to panic now, ladies and gentlemen. Highlight what you've learned. Let's put forward what you do and be the best at what you do. This is why I tell you sing every day. Every day.
But it's how do you stand out on a piece of paper, which is why I call every single applicant, because they don't stand out on a piece of paper.
They stand out in the interview.
They stand out.
They stand out in the interview. You guys can dominate an interview. I've seen you speak.
Some people don't want to get you to that interview though.
But you know what? Then we go to another one, honey. There's always an interview.
We had an amazing resume.
Bajillion places.
We had an amazing resume from somebody, and I thought, wow, she's incredible. And I called her.
She ran away.
That was somebody else. And I called her, and she's just not going to be a fit for here. And then there's resumes like what you wrote last Friday, which you're going to rework on. But you're amazing. You're an amazing part of our family here. But with the resume you wrote does not show anything of what you do and what you've done.
That's right.
So
Yeah, so
it's really hard. You got to get to that next point. You got to get someone to get past that resume and have the interview.
When I graduated from NYU, I went to work at a construction company with my father.
You went to NYU?
Yep.
Nice.
You know what?
They denied me.
You know what? It don't mean nothing. Because I went to work for construction for 2 years. I blew out my left knee. And I got married, and my cousin came over, and one night we were sitting there drinking, and he said to me, come work with me at John Hancock. I had no job. I had no money. I didn't know how I was going to pay the rent. And my ex-wife, when the way she became the ex, said to me, you got to find a job. I says, okay. But I went to NYU. I got a ride to go to Drake Law School, and I didn't take it. And I sat in that living room and I said, okay, I'm gonna go get this job at John Hancock. I went with my ex-wife. They wanted to hire her and not me. True story. I got hired. I became the #1 Latino salesman in New York City. I had my own crew in 2 years. Don't let them get in your head. You see, I walked in there thinking the same way. I got nothing. I got nothing. I got nothing. You got one thing. You got you.
Yep.
And if you hold on to that, opportunities open up. You just got to use this, and you got to use this, and use less of this. Don't hype it. Watch it. Watch it grow. Watch it angle. Watch it happen. It's easy to say. Oh, but Freddie, things have changed, but they haven't.
Yeah, it's like I am a firm believer. Like when I started at places, I do enjoy watching.
But Braxton, you have assets. I can't attempt to sing.
But I know
or
when you
act
guys
or
leave
write.
here, you are better prepared for any job that you walk into
You
than
just
when
don't
you walked
know
in
it.
here.
Yeah.
You just don't know. And now, Sarge, you've been around. You've been around their kids compared to what you've been through.
Yeah, so when I was 17, I came to United States with $300. My parents gave me, I'm originally from Kazakhstan, so they gave me $300 and they sent me study here. I was living with students and I didn't know English that well at that time, and I never give up. I was I had a school and I was like, okay, I had my paperwork. I knew, okay, I may work a couple hours per week. So I wrote in the paper that I'm looking for a job, and I was just, walking to the store with the paper, and I got a job. So to my big surprise, I got a job. I was at school, and I got my first car 6 months later. I passed through the driver license the first time, even though my English was not that really good. So, and then I ended up finishing the New York college, and I got married. I served United States Army for 8 years, and I work at the Citibank, Wells Fargo, as a teller, as a business banker, as a personal banker. So, and I was always like, why I'm so lucky? But then I realized I'm not lucky. I just stay focused what I want. I want a job no matter what. I will prepare, I will study, I will go in person, I will, just until I hear no, then I give up, or I move on to the next project, a new idea. Yes, but I never give up. And I always motivate myself. Sometimes my family don't support me. Nobody supports me when I joined the Army. But when I graduated, everybody was like, we're so proud of you. Because I knew I want to do something. I was by myself at the graduation. Everybody had a family member. And I was so proud standing there with my friends because I knew I did it. So some people give up, but I know I did it. So you have to stay focused, plan your life, what do you want. Sometimes it's hard, but
what did you study?
So I studied, management and in the Army logistics.
But remember, it wasn't that they didn't support
amazing,
you,
right?
it's that they were afraid for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we're afraid, we act negative. We don't want you to do something, we act negative. They don't want you to take a chance, we act negative. Among the women, I notice that parents are more negative appearing because they're afraid that you're going to fail. You can't be afraid to fail. You can't.
I don't know if it's afraid to fail. It's afraid you're not going to be happy. It's not going to be what you
But
want.
let's get there before we decide that. Can we give it a chance and say, I don't like this candy, let me go get another.
Like, I never think my kids are going to be fail, but I worry that it's just going to be what they really thought it was going to be.
But they're probably not going to know
it's
that
okay
until
to
you
fail
try.
sometimes.
Right.
It's just lesson for us.
If you get,
What's
if you
that
fail,
saying?
you get better.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Michael Jordan missed a billion shots, he said, and the ones that everybody remembers, the one he made. Listen, all I'm telling you is believe in you. That's your biggest asset. And then we go from there. And we go and you grow and you grow and you go. Are there going to be hiccups? Are there going to be curveballs? Damn right, man. The game ain't built for you to succeed. It's for you to go out and be successful. That's the difference. And if you don't believe in that, then you went to school, you missed the boat. Because school challenged you. You know that they want you in school? Because you're paying them.
Yeah.
To learn.
Okay, you can.
They don't care about you learning. They care about you paying
Thank
for their
you.
classes.
That's right. You pay somebody to say, I'm going to teach you how this thing goes this way. You don't come, that's on you. But it don't mean that you are any less at what you do. I seen some of the talent in here. You guys are the best at what you're doing. You got to remember that. You got to hold on to that. That's why I say to you, are you the best? What's the answer?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Anything else? You are. If you're not,
See
if you
that
don't,
chocolate commercial you put together.
that thing was outstanding. What are you talking about? Outstanding. Just because the world ain't seen it yet, they ain't seen you come yet, doesn't
Yeah,
mean
you
you're
did
a
your
failure.
first voiceover.
Yeah.
Outstanding work. Listen, I've been doing this 22 years. You're going to tell me you're going to walk on the scene and show me something, and I'm not going to say, holy smokes, the sizzle that he's doing for Angel Studios. You guys know who Angel Studios is?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Garcia, Baxton, Garcia, Josh, and G-Man put together a sizzle for
Outstanding.
21 minutes. Outstanding.
Outstanding.
Even the guy who they did it for, he doesn't stop crying. He says, I don't care if Angel Studios doesn't take this, I'm taking this to California. The thing is outstanding. It's amazing.
You just gotta believe in your work.
Yeah.
You
gotta
just got to
believe
believe in you. You know that mirror in Studio A? That big mirror in there? Yeah. You haven't seen it? Okay, introduce yourself. It's there for a reason. It's for you to look. Use this and look in that mirror.
You know.
Yeah, it's like what they say in the movies, you know. It's you. It's the only person who can achieve what you want to achieve is you.
You?
I just want to add, if you guys want to succeed in life, you need to go out of comfort zone and always learn.
Why don't you tell us what Pastor Bill said? If you're comfortable, you're doing it wrong.
Amen.
If you're comfortable, you're doing it wrong because you're settling. That's the thing. This isn't about fear anymore. You're too old to be fearful. It's time to go get yours. And I know that it sounds cliche-ish. I know I sound like a broken record, but you got to remember something. When you hit your note, remember that? Hit your note. You're going to be the best at what you do. And then watch everybody say, I'm so proud of you.
So I was at an event on Saturday, and people I've known for years, but I haven't seen for years. It was a lovely, lovely event. And they said, how's the business? And I told them a little bit about what we're working on. And the hostess comes up, she says, she's done so much, you don't even realize it, and yet she's so humble of what she's built. And I thought, wow. Like, I never even thought about it that way. We do what we do, but where we came from to where we're going, it's pretty amazing.
And this is coming from somebody who took 4 years to get on a boat to come and do.
You know, in every
to come
crew,
and say yes.
I cry every time you all graduate, and he goes, here she goes again.
And there it goes again.
And what are we going to do for the next crew? And then the next crew comes in, and you guys are better than the crew that we had before. Because they train you now, and you all learn what it is, and then you build on I mean, we never had a how-to man. When Freddie and I started, I didn't know how to turn on a camera, let alone a how-to manual. Then you come in, and you go, okay, we need paperwork on how to do all this. I'm like, okay, write it up, and then we're gonna go over it.
No, she's logistics.
Policies. I even forgot to give you the policies and procedures. Like, oh, I've skipped a beat because we just do, and then I forget that there are things that I gotta do that are the right way. So I gotta get all those paperwork to you as well. So you all make us better. We have ideas, but then you come with those ideas, and he puts chocolate together, and this one brings in paintings. And this one brings in the sad child. I'm going to bring in the Passover Haggadah. That really isn't a sad child, but made me think of it.
You just got to keep going.
I'm going to find that Coca-Cola today. I'm going to go to Publix.
Oh, yeah.
Publix and the garden shops.
The garden shops.
Over where she lives. They've got tons of stuff that's kosher.
Coca-Cola at the garden shop.
Just look it up online.
Oh, not the garden shop. Publix at the garden shops.
Just call them. They'll deliver it.
No. I'll just make a whole little
A whole lot of different stuff going on. But you guys, listen, I know you come in here and you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. So do pretty much everyone else in this room.
But we don't panic.
I know what I want to do. It's just that artificial intelligence is taking all of the jobs that I would be successful at and doing a crap job at it.
Then be better.
Understand.
Yeah, we're all facing that.
We're all the same issue.
It's crazy because a few days ago I came by the video game of my first interview ever.
Here?
Here. And it's like...
I threw you out of here.
I'm so happy that
I threw you out your first interview.
No, you did not.
I said, get the hell out of here.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, you don't remember.
You said, get back there and start to work.
And we had someone, he wrote 2 articles. He turned them in on Friday, and I'm reading. It took him a couple weeks to write them.
Yeah.
And they're incredible. And I'm reading through them, and I'm thinking, these are not AI, and there still is a difference.
There's
There's
definitely
still a
difference.
huge difference when you put your heart and soul. I'm going to give them to you because we're going to work on the newsletter because I realize it's the end of April already.
What happened?
To put that out, and he worked really, really hard on it, and he did.
You
2
missed the
great
beginning
articles.
of the show. Listen, you know, you take a written form, and you add a sizzle to it. Like he's doing sizzle.
Mateo?
Mateo's doing sizzles. So I think every sizzle needs a written form. And I think that if you combine that peanut butter and chocolate, you get a delicious candy bar. Don't worry about AI. AI is going to fizzle because it doesn't have the human feel.
It's not going to fizzle. They're just going to have to.
So you have to fix it even though it does it.
You
Yes.
gotta work around
so you
it.
can't be afraid of change. That's why you ever notice in here, I threw the box up there and I moved this over there and I moved the paintings over here and I do this and I do that. And
changing.
But I'm trying to give you guys the feel of constant change. And you got to stay up with it. If you're comfortable, you're doing it wrong.
Get out of your comfort zone.
That's right. Do things that you never thought you could do and watch it grow.
You know, I was talking to, this kind of blew my mind a bit. I knew I talked to you about the surgery I had. I was incorrect. I was talking to my mother about it because this whole situation got brought up. I was talking to my mother about what happened and the surgery. And I said, I had this when I was 2. And she said, no. You were not 2 years old back then. And I did not know this. It blows my mind. 6 months of age.
Wow.
And that blows my mind. My mother said to me.
And you still have personality, which
that
blows
was
my mind.
The longest.
That blows my mind.
Apparently to my mother, and I get this, for her 6-month-old baby to go through
What you got?
this. Yeah. She said the longest day of her life.
It ain't easy being you. But it ain't easy being you. It ain't easy being you. It ain't easy. If you're looking for easy, you've come to the wrong planet. It ain't easy. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it being easy. It could be 6
But there's
months. It
a
could be
reason
6
you're
years.
here.
Oh yeah.
So-
I think if there were 2 of me, the world would combust.
I would get on a ship and leave.
Imagine if you had a doppelganger.
If there were 2 of you, I would have left.
Imagine Baxter having a doppelganger.
Or like a twin.
We're all-
Me having a twin that's exactly the
A
same.
what?
We're all here for a reason.
A doppelganger? Isn't that the stuff that hangs out of a cat's butt?
What?
What's a
A doppelganger.
A dingleberry?
A doppelganger is someone that looks just like you.
Yeah,
And what's
but
a
is it
dingleberry?
related
When an animal poops and doesn't get all the way out.
That's a dingleberry?
No, you get that on your cat. It hangs on the fluff.
No, he don't. He knows better than that, but there you go.
He doesn't
We're
know
wrap
that.
this up on
Dingleberry and dockleberry. It's very
Doppelganger.
close.
No, more to come on our midday show. We're celebrating Earth Day. We've got Veronica Green coming in with Veggie Vero.
I got an
See what
announcement.
she's cooking for you.
Hold it. I got an announcement. One announcement left. We have put out the pay-per-view
I saw that.
for the event that we did on Sunday that most of you guys were there taking
Kravis
film
Center.
at the Kravis Center by the
Georgia Licatos
and
Lena Sabatino,
what was the name of the singing group?
Gypsy Nation.
Gypsy Nation.
Are you just testing me, or do you?
I
not
want to see if you
remember?
read it. So if you go in there, pay-per-view, I think it's $5.99. You can see it up to 3 days. Check it out. We would appreciate it if you do. Tell us what you think of it. There's a comment box in there as well.
So we should put the link out.
I put it out. That is the link.
I mean, we should publicize it.
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, no,
This
well,
is
really
called
put it out.
publicizing.
Give it to
Well,
Grace to put
I
it
just
out.
got it at 6 o'clock this morning.
All right, more to come on the midday show. Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe, be kind to each other, be you, and we'll see you in a little bit.
And don't be late. Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be late.